Good morning, CSL family. Let's all stand up and do our opening song, which is Spirit is in This Place. Hey. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. We have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Here we go. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this. Spirit is in this place. Raise the room with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place. Raise the room with shouts of praise. Spirit is in this place.
Good morning, CSL family. How's everybody today? Are we doing good? Today, August 3rd, 2025 is the only August 3rd, 2025. So let's live it as our best day ever. How about that? Yeah. My name is Pat Hanley Johnson. Seems like I have a little frog in my voice. Sorry about that. And it's my honor and pleasure to welcome you to our service today here in the sanctuary, and also to all of you who have joined us online. Thank you for being here. There's 3 ways you can join us if you choose to be online, and that is Facebook Live, our website, which is cslftl.org, or you can find us also on YouTube. I'm really grateful to all the folks who have worked very hard to put today's service together. Reverend Tina, Melissa from the office, and all of the volunteers, and not to mention the musicians. Yay! So let's get to the announcements. We're just going to give you a sampler of what's going on today, and you can find many details and many more events on our website or on our app. So go there and find out the details. So come join us for our weekly wellness offerings. The first one is weekly yoga and sound bath with Nicole Gonzalez. It's every Wednesday from 11 to 12. It's $10 per class and $35 for a month. Weekly Reiki Energy Healing Circle is Saturdays, and it starts now, official time, noon, noon to 1 o'clock. See you there with Eric Needleman and Larry Stewart. A love offering is welcomed. And our beautiful spiritual book club is thriving. In August, we are finishing up Spiritual Liberation by Michael Bernard Beckwith. It's been a terrific read with even more terrific discussions. And we will start a brand new book starting September 2nd. We're deciding on that book now, and we'll let you know what that is soon. Regardless, it's going to be a great read and a great discussions. They always are. We meet on Tuesdays, the 1st and 3rd of each month at 2 o'clock in the community room. The spiritual living circles are thriving as well. They meet the 1st and 3rd Thursdays in person, or the 2nd and 4th Wednesdays online. Both start at 6:30. And the full moon meditation is this Saturday, August 9th on Pompano Beach. It's a beautiful event. Dr. Arlene Bump's memorial service will be next Wednesday, August 13th at 6 p.m. And Stephen Anthony's memorial service is today. The reception begins at 1:30, and the celebration of his beautiful life will start at 2 p.m. Now, Tina, you want to come on up and talk about something fun and wonderful?
Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. I am here to invite you to a party. It's this Wednesday. It's from 6 to 8 here at CSL. We're going to have food and beverages, those with alcohol and withouts, and music. JC will be DJing or the background music unless we feel the need and the want to have a dance party. That's available too. So why are we having this party? We're having what we're calling a launch party. We have a generous donation that has come forward. An individual has given us a matching donation of $20,000. They have the vision of this community. Yes, let's give a round of applause. They have a vision for this community, and they're on board with the vision of the expansion and the growth of this community. And they are willing to give $20,000, and what we get to do as a community is come forward to match that. All of our giving gets to be matched to that $20,000, and then that $40,000 comes into the center so we can continue to do the good work that we're doing here. So come kick off the celebration. We're having a party because we're celebrating it already being done in the mind of God. We already have everything we need, and we're celebrating that fact. So come check us out this Wednesday, 6 to 8. See you there. Thank you. If you go online, it's easy. You'll go to our normal giving page. You're going to hit General Donation. Under General Donation, there's going to be another little tab, and it says GD, which stands for General Donation Matching. So we get to know what's the money coming in for that matching campaign and make sure we're tallying it up correctly. So again, General Donation, tick that. Underneath it is going to be the matching aspect, and then you can donate there. Thank you, Mike, for that.
Here at CSL, we have an intention statement that says who we are and how to show up in this beautiful world. Please join me in standing if you're able, and we'll say it together. And afterwards, please take a moment to greet your neighbor and wish them a happy today. You can give them a handshake, a hug, a namaste, or any other way you want to greet our community. CSL, who are we? We are an abundant, loving, and diverse spiritual community dedicated to personal growth, healing, and service.
thank you for coming to Stillness with us. For those who haven't been here in a little bit, we have moved meditation into our main service. So I am so overjoyed by the opportunity to sit together in this sanctuary, to be with each other and go within, to become present to this now moment, this eternal now where life is, the divine is, spirit is, universe is, speaking to us, through us, as us. We get to open up and be available to that I am presence, that inner knower that knows within, and make ourselves available for the message and the unfoldment of this service. So if you haven't already, I invite you to turn your phones to silence. Juan Carlos will be leading us in our meditation today. It will be 10 minutes. We'll have 5 minutes with the underscoring of Hal's beautiful piano playing and 5 minutes of stillness. Thank you.
Good morning, CSL. All right. My pleasure to be here. So let us turn within for meditation. I invite you to close your eyes. And let's take a deep breath together. Simply letting go of everything that's come before now. We bring our full attention to this moment, right here and right now. I invite you to be still and know that I am spirit within you. So I invite you to take a deep breath with me. Receiving all that life, God's Spirit is giving us even now in this moment. How good it is to be still and to recognize life within us, God within us, Spirit within us. God is all that there is. The one source, the one power, the one presence, the creator of all that there is, the loving presence that maintains and sustains everything, all life. My life, your life. We are one with all that life is, one with all that God is, one with all that Spirit is. We have access to all of life, all of God, all of Spirit. I know this for myself, and I know this for everybody who's tuning in right now, everybody who's listening right now. So in this space of knowing who we are and our oneness with God, we get to bless this time together. We get to bless this service. And bless everyone who's here in this community. Whether you're here in person or whether you're online, we're one with God and we're one with each other, right here and now. So just knowing that this service unfolds perfectly in through and as every aspect of it, the music, the message, our attention, our awareness. Just knowing that the word flows through Reverend Tina today with power and energy and clarity, reminding each of us and all of us of who we really are, what we really are. And to remember that we get to feel, not just know that life is good, but we get to feel that life is good. And I invite you to feel that right now. So I just give thanks. Thank you, God. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, life. And I release this word into the perfect law, knowing that it's already done. It's already done. Thank you, Spirit. And if you're in agreement, I simply ask you to say, and so it is. Amen.
So, welcome back, everyone, for meditation. Thank you, Josie. The first Sunday of the month, we have our Flames of Faith ceremony. So I invite you to behold our beloved Eric up there as he lights the candles. Center for Spiritual Living Fort Lauderdale is a member community of Centers for Spiritual Living. We are a global organization with member communities across North and South America, Europe, Asia, Africa, and Australia. We are a spiritual community that respects and honors all faiths that seek to create a better world. We know there is no wrong way to acknowledge divine presence, whether by lighting a candle, chanting a mantra, or offering a prayer. We respect and honor all paths that call us to a greater awareness of spirit. This morning, we celebrate the diversity in religious practices with our ceremony known as the Flames of Faith. The candle is lit for the Tao, to honor the disciplined path of heavenly order, the natural way. The candle is lit for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and spiritual practices of all indigenous people. The candle is lit for Hinduism, to honor the spiritual path of divine self-awareness, balance, and harmony. The candle is lit for Judaism, to honor the path of devotion to one God. The candle is lit for Buddhism, to honor the Four Noble Truths and the way of compassion. The candle is lit for Christianity, to honor the Christ consciousness alive within us all. The candle is lit for Islam, to honor the path of peaceful submission to the will of God. The candle is lit for the Baha'i faith, to honor the spiritual unity of humankind. The candle is lit for our own faith, new thought, ageless wisdom, to honor the metaphysical path and the practice of universal spiritual principles. The final candle is lit for peace and for our sacred appreciation of all faiths and all principled spiritual practices throughout the world. And so it is.
I've got a roof over my head. I've got a warm place to sleep. Some nights I lie awake counting gifts instead of counting sheep. I've got a heart that can hold love. I've got a mind that can think. There may be times when I lose the light and let my spirit sing. But I can't stay depressed when I remember how I'm blessed. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. In a city of strangers, I've got a family of friends. No matter what rocks and brambles feel the way, I know they will stay until the end. I feel a hand holding my hand. It's not a hand you can see, but on the road to the promised land, this hand will shepherd me through delight and despair, holding tight and always there. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. It's not that I don't want a lot, hope for more or dream for more, but giving thanks for what I've got makes me so much happier than keeping score in a world that can bring pain. I will still take a chance, for I believe that whatever the terrain, our feet will learn to dance. Whatever stone life may sling, we can moan or we can sing. Grateful, grateful, truly grateful I am. Grateful, grateful, truly blessed and duly grateful. Truly blessed and duly grateful.
Thank you. That was beautiful. Well, good morning, everybody. Again, good God morning to you. I'm Reverend Tina, if you don't know, and I welcome you here. Again, those in-house, those online, thank you for being part of our service. So do you know that in the 90s, they started researching mindfulness and prayer? And they're continuing to research. And what they've found is just 12 minutes spent daily in self-reflection and in prayer has profound impact on our brain. It strengthens a unique neural circuit that specifically enhances social awareness and empathy. It heightens compassion, it lowers negative emotions, it promotes mental well-being, and it reshapes neural pathways. I think that's the most exciting thing, is that we're told we're hardwired. What's that thought do in our brain? What does that thought do in our life? Hardwired. Sounds like you can't change that. But science says you can. Spirituality has always said you can. I love that science is catching up with spirituality. In Reverend Michael's Spiritual Liberation book, I've mentioned this before, that he has a quote that says, rudimentary spirituality is just not that quote, sorry. Just a quote off the cuff that came to me in meditation. Rudimentary spirituality is theory. It lives in the mind. Advanced spirituality is practice. And I know that you practice, but we're here to highlight these spiritual practices because this is how we continue to advance. This is how we continue to grow, how we continue to heal, how we continue to transform, is by being a participant in life. So I'm bringing this up because we're in the middle of a series on spiritual mind treatment. Every week we've taken one step of our spiritual mind treatment. Spiritual mind treatment, for those of you who are new, is what we call prayer in our community. And it's a technology. It is something that we have created. There's steps and stages that allow us to turn away from that which is appearing and turn within. As we did in meditation, we sat 10 minutes together in the stillness to become aware. What am I thinking? What am I feeling? What's going around in my mind? And these steps and stages of the spiritual mind treatment, the first one is recognition, where we're recognizing the presence of the divine everywhere. And then unification and identification, knowing that we are one with that very thing that we see that's everywhere. That is the very nature of our being. We recognize that there's something magnificent that is present in life and that we are it. Already something begins to happen. As I know my full power, my full potential, who and what I truly am, When I then open my eyes, when I then look out into the world, whenever I contact and experience even a condition, I have a different perspective. So recognition and unification are the foundational steps. Those are what give us the ground under our feet so we can fly. And we're flying into realization. We're affirming the divine reality that is present, that it's already given. That thing that we're looking to achieve, that thing we're looking to manifest, that the good is already given in our life. And we make ourselves open and available, and we state and we know with absolute conviction, this is the truth. This is the truth. So that brings us to our fourth step, which is thanksgiving. So thanksgiving and gratitude obviously have the same sort of frequency and vibration, but thanksgiving in spiritual mind treatment is a little bit different twist on just mere gratitude. Although gratitude is important, we'll get to that too. The mere twist is that we've spoken our word. We know it is true, and we give thanks for the awareness that it is already done in the mind of God. It is already done. The prayer is answered. The prayer is realized. The good is expressing now. Truth is fulfilled. By the time we have gotten to the thanksgiving stage, something has shifted in our inner landscape. And that is what this technology does. It's called a spiritual mind treatment because we're treating our mind. This is the thing that limits us. So we're treating it, knowing the truth. We're having a visceral experience with this truth. We're having a shift in the inner landscape of our being. We're radiating at a different frequency now. We're putting out into the world something that is more expansive. And that is what the universe responds to. The thanksgiving step solidifies that our belief in the manifestation of our prayer is connected with the feeling that we already have it, the very desire that we want. And we're acknowledging the law, that there's a law, that we live in this world that has spiritual laws that respond to us. So we're not a victim to this world. We get to be the point of creation of our very lives. We acknowledge this law, understanding that we have set this law of mind in motion, in action. Like I've said every week that we've talked about this, we're either praying consciously or we're praying unconsciously. I'm either asking for what I want, declaring the truth of what I want being here and now, or I'm looking at what's the limitations in my life. And the universe says yes to both of those prayers. So we are at first cause. Acknowledging the law, feeling gratitude. Again, it's already done. Declaring it's done. Just like the seed of anything we're going to plant in life. There's a divine blueprint, everything that it needs to express what the seed is. A rose bush, cucumbers, greens, something in a vegetable, a massive fruit tree. Beautiful flowers. That divine imprint, that divine intelligence is already implanted in that seed, and that is the same for us. We've been given everything we need to express our full potential, to grow into the most magnificent expression of who and what we are, and to have fun while we're doing it. That is what's in us. That is the seed that's in us. The title of my talk, got to it eventually, who feels it, knows it. Who feels it, knows it. Now, this is a statement that's in a lot of reggae music. I don't know if you listen to reggae music, but I do. And it comes through, Bob has sang it in some early tunes. A lot of different reggae artists acknowledge it. It's part of the Rastafarian religion. We have the Flames of Faith that's not on there. But acknowledging the fact that experiencing something firsthand gives you a deeper and more personal understanding than anything you can observe, anything you can be told. The experience itself gives us a feeling. And as you've lived through a specific experience, we have a profound knowledge that comes with that experience. This true knowledge develops our empathy, and it's unique and personal to us. We know it because we've felt it. We know it because we've experienced it. When I was thinking about this step, I was thinking about how has this demonstrated in my life? How has these spiritual practices unfolded in my life? I mean, it's always unfolding. That's what I'm telling you, that it's always happening in our life. So I have a little story to tell you. I love animals, if you don't know that about me already. And when I was young, I collected all these little statues of animals. And I had one that I adored. We always had dogs growing up. We always had really small dogs. We always had hyperallergenic dogs because my mom's allergic. And I had this beautiful statue of a Siberian husky with these beautiful blue eyes. And I would stare at it and I would say, one day I'm going to get a husky. And when I was 18, I got a husky. I spoke briefly about my experience with this dog on stage before. I was in a very depressed state at that age, and something inside me told me, go get a dog. Go get a dog. Be in service. Get out of your own feelings. Go take care of something. Be in the presence of this unconditional love. So I did. And this is Kane right here, the first picture, Jerry. That's my beloved Kane in a little pool. She likes to bathe in these little pools in Bermuda. All white with these beautiful blue eyes. She lived up until 15. Her last 6 months to a year of her life, she had cancer. And it was my first dog, and I didn't really know how I was to do the letting go process. And they just tell you, when you know, you know. And one day she woke up and she started having a seizure and she started crying out for help. And obviously we knew. I wish I didn't know that way, but we rushed her to the hospital. She was already passing when we were going in. Called beloved friends, and they were there praying for us as she was making her transition. They were knowing the truth because I couldn't in that moment. A few days later, we were walking the other dog that we had another dog. So this is the two of them together, the second photo. That's Kane and that's Bodie. They got him like a week apart, so they definitely weren't from the same family, but they were a bonded pair. And we were walking Bodie one day around our neighborhood, and I had her leash in my hand, and JC was up front with Bodie, and I was just, can't believe she's gone. I can't believe she's gone, and oh my gosh, I wish I would have done something different. I wish she wasn't in pain. I hope she's okay. I was just knowing that I just wanted a sign. What? Just tell me you're okay. I feel horrible. I felt like I did you wrong at the end. And I look down, and I pick up, those little gumball machines that have little bouncy balls. There was this little bouncy ball that was like buried in the grass as we're walking on the sidewalk, and I pick it up, and it's about the size of an eyeball, and it's the color of her eyes. It was blue. And I said, JC, look, this is a sign. But then I turned the ball around, and this is the third picture. And this is what was on the other side. I'm okay, Mom. I'm okay. You did good. Yeah. So that's one of my experiences. I've had many. I'm going to pepper in a few other things. But that's the whole point of when you feel it, you know it. When you ask for something and it shows up and demonstrates in your life, that's the experience of feeling. That's what gives us faith. That's what expounds our trust in the knowingness that this world, this universe is working for us always and in all ways. Greg Braden, from his book, The Lost Mode of Prayer, says that this lost mode, right, this thing that hasn't been spoken of, if you will, in all of these traditions, he traveled all over the world, talked to all these different spiritual people, gurus, different people of different religions, and was asking, what is the secret mode of prayer? And he found out that it's feeling. Based solely on a feeling, a clear and powerful feeling that our prayers have already been answered, fully backed in experiences involving all of the senses. That is the huge part of this thing that we are calling prayer, this spiritual mind treatment. It is the senses. Yes, we're saying words, but the words can't touch the ineffable. The words can't explain that which is inexplicable. It is so expanded, it is so expansive that sometimes we're just in that space of awe and wonder. That's the feeling. The knowingness that life is happening for me. That's the feeling. We put it into words, but it even limits it. A quote from Greg Graydon from that book says, we are simply reminded, that first quote, Jerry, we're simply reminded that the stuff that underlies all of creation is a malleable essence, that it reflects what we feel. So what we choose to create, we must first feel as a reality. If we can feel it in our hearts, not just think it, but also really feel it, then it's possible in our lives. It's the feeling. Feeling is the prayer. When I was studying in Los Angeles at the Agape International Spiritual Center, I became a practitioner. I graduated in 2011, and I just knew, crazily, I don't know how I knew, but I knew that I wanted to continue. I wanted to become a minister. At that time, the doors of our ministry school closed for a few years for revamping and redoing the curriculum. So I didn't have an idea. I didn't know what it would look like, but I had a feeling that this is the way in which I am to serve. This is what is calling me forward, calling me through, stretching me in a way that I didn't even know. But I asked for it. I wanted to grow. I wanted to transform. I wanted to become more. Fast forward to 2025, being here in Florida, having the opportunity to be your spiritual director. I didn't have an idea of what it looked like. I had a feeling that this is what I'm meant to do. Even when we moved here, I didn't have an idea of what area we would live in. We looked at 100 houses in 2 months. When we actually found the house that we were meant to buy, that we actually bought, we walked into the house, and it was an instant feeling. This is it. This is home. This is the feeling I'm talking about. And in that house, I looked from Tequesta, where my parents are, all the way down to Hollywood Beach, Florida. I didn't know where I was going to buy. I didn't know what I was going to live in. But here's what happens. I bought the house. We moved in August. In September, I found CSL, 10 miles away from my house. This isn't me ordering this thing. This isn't me doing anything. This is me allowing. This is me feeling the desires of my heart and letting them go into the universe and knowing that they manifest. And I have this wonderful community. I called forth an amazing board. We are meeting every 2 weeks. We are doing the work. We are putting in the foundational work, the recognition, the unification, yes, and the structural application of what it means to grow and expand this community. We can only grow it if we have a stable floor beneath us. And these board members are showing up. They're giving their time. They're giving their talent. They're giving their tithe. They're giving all that they can because of this vision. I didn't know it would look like that, but I felt that it was meant to be. So there's a few things that get in the way of this Thanksgiving stage. And those few things are what gets us out of that feeling tone that all is well, that all is given, that word that I'm speaking is going to express in my life. Those 3 ways are fault finding. We're spending our time, we're spending our days looking for what's missing, what's wrong in our life. We're in criticism, we're in judgment, we could be in anger. We're against that which is manifesting in the world. What's missing, what's wrong. If I'm looking out into the world and I'm saying, this is wrong, what's happening is wrong. We can observe something being wrong, but if we live in that it's wrong, it's missing vibration, if we take in the news of saying this is wrong, we can be inspired into our action of what loving, kind, and just experience am I out there to go and be in service of, to change the very thing that is unfolding in this life, but we can't change it from our mind. We change it from our feeling. So if I'm out there looking at this is wrong, the universe responds. More things I can label wrong show up. So this is why the practice is important. This is why we're called to practice. It may seem insignificant. Maybe you've asked yourself, I've asked myself, what can one person do? A lot. A lot. You can do a lot. And all you have to do is change the energy and the vibration, the feeling that you hold from day to day. So another way that gets in the way of this Thanksgiving, this knowing all things are done in the mind of God, is complaining. Complaining. I'm shortchanged. Life is never giving me anything that I want. I'm angry. I've been denied the benefit of this infinite supply. Complaining means that I'm not in love with my life. If I'm not in love with my life, what is coming forth into my life? And then taking for granted. If we take for granted what we already have, we get to be grateful for what we have in our life. We're unaware, in this taking for granted, we're unaware of the multitude of goodness that is available in each moment, in each breath of our life. If we take it for granted, you see in here what's happening? We're not going to have that experience. We can't see it. We're looking through the eyes. We put the veil over the eyes, actually, and looking at what we're taking for granted. We get to practice appreciation. Ernest Holmes has a quote that's super easy. One statement. We can take that with us this week. A thankful heart is in harmony with life. This is a feeling. As we turn towards gratitude, something happens. There's a shift. I can't be in gratitude and in fault finding at the same time. I can't be in gratitude and complaining at the same time. I can't take for granted and be in gratitude. It's one or the other, and we get to choose. And the power is in our choice. We get to give thanks and then command the law. Giving thanks that it's already done and knowing it's done. And in everything we give thanks. Yes, everything. Yes, in loss. We give thanks because we had the opportunity to love. It is difficult to lose those that we love. But they were here in our life. They gave something for us. They gave something to us. Yes, in diagnosis. If you have experienced a diagnosis recently, you give thanks. Thank you, body. Thank you for communicating with me, this divine intelligence. Thank you for knowing and letting me know that there is something that I get to create in my life. There's something that is looking to be expressed through my living. I get to change here. I get to change something about myself so I can be in alignment with the health and the wholeness that's seeking to be expressed in, through, and as me. Yes, in the good things too. Yes, in love. Grateful for love. Yes, in abundance. Grateful that all of our needs are met. We get to be in that. Yes, grateful even in the modes of fear, doubt, and worry. Grateful for those. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that I'm uncomfortable here, that I have doubt here. This directs my practice. This shows me where I am to go, what it is I am to do. Thank you for showing me that. We cannot be in gratitude and also simultaneously be in resistance. If I'm pushing away what life is showing me, if I'm pushing away the experiences of my life, I can't transcend them. I can't see the bigger picture. I can't see above what is it trying to teach me. So are we in depreciation or appreciation? Are we taking away the value that is present in life, or are we appreciating it? Are we seeing the value, and then are we appreciating, right? What we appreciate appreciates. What we appreciate grows in value. As it grows in value, it grows in experience. As it grows in experience, we are one with the very thing itself. I'm going to leave you with this. I ask you just to close your eyes for a second. This is something my teacher does. I'm going to offer it to you. Find an area of stagnation that you're snagged by, that you have this thought, right? Your eyes are closed. You have this thought that there is not enough good to go around in this particular area for you. Be honest. You don't have to share it. It's within your own being. Now, as you've caught that, I want you to take a breath. Fill with lights. Hold the breath. Catch this vision. Feel that area that doesn't seem it has enough to go around. Catch the vision of the possibility of what can occur. Don't ask how. Just catch the qualities of possibility, of love, of prosperity, of wholeness, of well-being, of joy and excellence. Feel the vibration of the celebration inside your soul and release the breath. That's how you participate with what's already done in the mind of God. You change it. You can build new neural pathways. You can build new ways of connecting with this presence. There's nothing that limits you. It may be your minds, but we have the power to think new thoughts and have new feelings. And so it is. Thank you. Thank you so much. This is our time of giving, so we're going to have the ushers will come forward with the baskets. There's multiple ways in which you can give. You can drop something in the baskets. We have a text to give. We have a QR code that brings you right to that giving page that I talked about earlier in my announcements. And I want you to give from that space of possibility, from that awareness of the vision in which we're holding for this center. That it's not a me thing, it's a we thing. We're doing this together. We're investing in this community. We acknowledge our TPL members, those are the individuals that give to us on a continuous basis, and we thank them for their giving.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you've got to let it go, let it all go. This is what you had to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Come on. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide.
wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. One more time. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith, I see the light. I am free in my spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
All right. So I am grateful. I am thankful. I ask you to participate in this blessing. Put your hands up. Put it towards these baskets. Bless it with your hearts. Bless it with your knowingness that all of our needs of this community are exceedingly met. That your giving is blessed. A part of you has come into this center through the energy that is represented as this money. I am grateful for your giving. I'm grateful for your participation. I'm grateful to know that all is well. And these baskets are overflowing with the abundance that is the very principled nature of life itself. Thank you. I know we have a couple of first-time guests, so we're just here to acknowledge you. You just raise the hands. If you want to, thank you very much. You're going to come with a gift. Thank you for being here. There's a little card where you can fill out information. Get to be on our list of being in the know of what's happening here at this center. Any other first-time guests? All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you for choosing us. Thank you. If you're watching us for the first time, there's one more person here on the corner. Thank you. If you're watching us online for the first time, we're grateful for you too. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. Thank you for my health, Spirit. Thank you for my health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. My radiant, my radiant, my radiant health. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life. Thank you for my life, Spirit. Thank you for my life.
my glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. My glorious, my glorious, my glorious life. Thank you for my well, Spirit. Thank you for my well. Thank you for my well, Spirit. Thank you for my well. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent well. My opulent, my opulent, my opulent well. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day. That's right. So I invite all of the ministers and practitioners in our community to come up on the stage for you all to see these wonderful beings of light that are here to know the truth for and about you. I invite you to sit with a practitioner. I invite you to get with a practitioner on a consistent basis. Let them know the truth for your very life. Let them celebrate the good that's happening. Yes. They are the spiritual arm that reaches out, enfolds and embraces this community and the world, not just community, the work that they're doing. Johnny Rossetti, will you pray us out, sir?
I would be honored. Okay, please join me now in consciousness. As we are consciously and constantly aware of the presence and power of the divine, let's know here, right now, that there is that source which lives, moves, and has its being within each of us, and we never take it for granted. We live in that attitude of gratitude for every single thing we have and for everything that is to come our way. We rejoice in that feeling that we have when we demonstrate the highest and best of our good. So knowing this truth, we just simply release it into that glorious law of mind that knows exactly what to do and how to do it by means of each and every one of us in this room and within the sound of my voice. So let's join me now together and sing, and so it is.
So it is. Let's all stand and do our last song, This Is My Wish. This is my wish for the world, that peace will find its way to every boy and girl. This is the time for harmony. Let love be the song that everybody sings. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Oh, 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 yeah, yeah, yeah. Peace on earth. Fill the air with joyful noise. Ring the bells and raise your voice. Let there be peace on earth. Peace on earth. Lift your light and let it shine. Shine, shine, shine. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Let every voice be heard. Let there be peace on earth. Thank
Happy
you.
Sunday, CSL.
Happy Sunday.